What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest chapter review for Jujustu Kaisen, chapter 169. 5 seconds. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you got the 69 jokes out of your head, you children? Alright, let's move on. Alright, so, but I will say that there's something a little more creepy than a 69 going on in this chapter, not gonna lie. But let's just get into it, because honestly, this chapter, they fight. Not really a whole lot to discuss, not really a whole lot to talk about, in all honesty. It wasn't that I was uninterested in the chapter, but we were learning about our new character, you know, the comedian, right? And he shows up, as we know, at the end of the last chapter, and we're trying to figure out, okay, how is he going to use 7-3, that kind of stuff. Before we even get into that, though, we have a beautiful color spread. Of course, I, as a Yuta stan, am going to be using that as the thumbnail for this video, but either way, unfortunately, it's not about Yuta. It's not about Yuta, and that hurts me. But anyways, point is that the comedian and Fushiguro decide to work together, of course. They decide to work together, and Goro goes, all right, that works out just fine and stuff. Now, that being said, the comedian tries some jokes and stuff. We're not really sure, like, of course, they don't hit as well translated. They work with the kanji, the puns with the kanji, so it doesn't come across that great, and that's always going to happen. That's always happened in every manga adaptation. When you try to translate it, if you don't get the kanji, it doesn't translate well over into English, and that's just the way. That's just part of a language barrier, right? It's just going to happen. So, but the point is that he makes a bad pun. At the end of the day, he makes a bad pun about Wi-Fi, and nobody laughs. He calls him a crappy audience, but he decides that he's a comedian, and he's going to go and strike. And he's beating the shit out of Mr. I'm going to rip out my eyeball, throw it, regenerate my eyeball, throw it, regenerate my eyeball, throw it. What the fuck type of curse technique is that? I have no idea. High regeneration, apparently. But either way, they decide, so it's going to be the comedian versus I'm going to throw my teeth and eyeballs at people as bombs. And it's going to be the comedian who apparently is going to be fighting against him. Now, Reggie is going to go fight against Fushiguro, but there is one shot. I'm looking at it right now. I had to pull it up. That is not a shot I wanted to see. That is, I don't know if this man is wearing underwear over his fucking fetish of photography photos. I don't know if he's, like, where are you reaching for? Megumi, what are you reaching for? That's all I gotta ask. I'm fine if you want to reach for what you're reaching for, but consent is key. We want consent in our mangas. We want consent among our characters, of course. We want consent for everyone. Consent is key. It's important. Even implied consent. Implied consent is, I would argue, still a thing, but I didn't see any inkling of even implied consent, which is a very gray area. So, what's he trying to do there? Yeah. No, this is not okay. I wish I could show the shot, but Shueisha's a bitch. So, anyways, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's, he's trying to grab his dick. He's trying to grab his balls. Just be realistic about it. Anyways, so this is where Megumi has realized that Itadori is the one that made him out of rule, because they see that Kuruma is, his points have been diminished and stuff, so Megumi figures that out and says he's got no business left in this colony, so now he can just leave, because he's got better things to do now that the rule has been added. So, Reggie's sort of like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're just gonna walk away now that you've fucked up our shit, you've killed some of my dudes? Like, what are you doing? And comedian's like, wait, like, what are you doing? And everybody's asking Megumi what he's doing, and basically he just says, all right, here's the deal. With the new rule added, he tells the comedian, hey, try to get his points. Don't kill him, but try to get his points. So just do that, and so they decide to fight. Once again, it's very one-sided with the comedian apparently being, like, superpowered or something. We're not really sure how this is working right now. And he has, and he's doing some very comedic acts. He's sort of like the Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny sort of idea. He's doing all these, like, more hilarious things. He does the whole finger point gun, which is a thing in Japan, apparently. You stick, you do a finger pistol and you stick it up somebody's ass. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's a thing in Japanese culture that children do or something like that. So, and it hurts like a bitch, apparently. I mean, let's just be realistic. I mean, especially if you had hemorrhoids. I imagine this dude who has bombs for body parts, he's loaded full of hemorrhoids. I mean, hemorrhoids are basically bombs of the asshole. So I imagine that he's got hemorrhoids for days. So that probably hurt like a motherfucker. And anyways, at the end of the day, Megumi versus... so the comedian's still on the upper hand here. We don't really know how his curse technique is working or how the 7-3 ratio ability is working for him. Was it something about doing a pun and like doing an act like he's on the stage? It's not a domain expansion, remember, but is there something about him performing and then it enhances him if they don't laugh or if they do laugh or something like... We're probably going to learn more about this in the upcoming chapters. But yeah, so far I have no idea how the comedian's this strong. Does anybody else have an idea? Let me know. But yeah, so either way, Megumi basically threatens Reggie at the end of the chapter, saying like, you were talking about me hesitating to kill you because, you know, I needed your points and stuff, and you could sense that about me. The difference is you got to worry about yourself now, bitch, because I don't need you anymore. I don't need your points. My partner already fucking did what I needed to do here, so I can fight without holding back. So and I just killed a bitch. You know, I sacrificed 20 odd points to get 5. I'm not pulling my punches. You underestimate. You think I'm a shonen MC. You got another thought coming. I'm not trying to save lives here. I'm not holding back. So now it's going to be Reggie versus Megumi. Now I'm going to imagine this is going to be a pretty epic fight. But for some reason, I feel like we are going to jump away in Chapter 170. We are going to jump away from this fight. I don't know why. I feel like we're going to go back to Yuji for some reason, or at least for half the chapter we're going to jump back to Yuji. I just have this weird inkling. But as I said, there's not really anything else to really discuss for this chapter, so this is going to be a very short review. I have no theories about the comedian's powers, how they work yet. I think we're all curious about that. I don't care about Mr. I throw my eyeballs and get to regenerate them as bombs thing. I don't really give a shit about him. I figure he's a one-off fodder character and he's going to die anyway, so I don't really care about him. And Megumi is just being Megumi. He's showing up being a badass, and Reggie is underestimating him. Now, I will say, once again, consent is key, Megumi. Regardless, you can kill a man, but don't try to grab his nutsack, please. Just don't try to grab his nutsack again. That was creepy. That was weird. That was giving me rapey vibes going on there. So just don't do that. Just don't do that, and then we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, I got nothing else to say about this chapter. I'm excited for the whole Volume 0 thing, you know, being animated, the movie, all that shit coming out. Because, of course, Volume 0, if Hidden Inventory isn't the best arc, Volume 0 is the best arc. So, you know, you have your choice. Either greatness or greatness. Some people like Shibuya for some reason more than that, and I don't know why. But anyways, those are the 2 best arcs, so we're finally getting one of them, you know, with, of course, the real main character, Yuta, animated, so that's really fun. Yeah, I don't think I can stretch this review anymore. Honestly, as I said, the chapter was they fight. It was a fine chapter, but nothing really crazy happened and nothing really interesting to discuss because I don't really care about Reggie. I don't really care about his flunkies, and I'm more interested in the comedian's powers than anything else, and we didn't get an explanation, so it is what it is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Jujutsu Kaisen review, chapter 169. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. Fourth and most importantly, drink responsibly as always, as I always do. And Happy Christmas to everyone who celebrates it, of course. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, whatever. I don't say Happy Holidays. I'm just a boomer like that, I guess. But anyways, hope however you celebrate the month of December, I hope you have a good one. And we'll see you back here next time. Peace out.